Hey, y'all, we are back with another dense update. This update is sponsored by Biomax Peptides. Here we go. If you caught my update earlier this week, you are filled in on all things CBG nutrition and the mob boss. I can't even say it with a straight face. He said he was done and then he wasn't done and he's still making videos. He made a rat part 2.
Still no rat. So what we're going to do is we're going to quadruple it. We're going to go from 500 to 2,000, and we're going to do something positive with it.
The messages are still coming in from people who've had bad experiences with him or worked for him even. Now people from local area in New Jersey where he lives and doesn't train CrossFit are reaching out to me. I think he really thinks he's some sort of gangster. Where are all the white liberals screaming cultural appropriation? After the video last week, he commented, he quotes Denzel Washington's final scene in Training Day.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
And I'm thinking, how did he even get into the nutrition business? Like, what's the backstory there? And so you just do a couple of searches, and it turns out that Justin used to work for RP Strength back in 2016. So he literally just copy and pasted their business model and just changed the marketing strategy. We're going to give you macros, which he says, you don't understand the blueprint, but we're going to tell you not to track macros. So weigh everything, measure it, time it out. Just don't track it. Just don't write it down. Just don't waste time in the app. Why should I be surprised by that? I mean, he calls himself a mob boss, right? So what do mob bosses do? They just steal things from other people and say it's their own. There are great nutrition companies out there. There are great nutrition coaches out there. And it sucks that his coaches are getting dragged into all of this because that's how he wants to act and portray himself. John Woolley had leaked that Tour Stop 2 will be in Indianapolis this year.
One of their media guys a couple of days ago, he randomly called me at home. I was asking him, when are the next events? What's Tour 2 going to look like? And so I might actually pop over to Indianapolis and see.
So now that pretty much tells us, okay, Spain's first, Tour Stop 2 is Indianapolis next. Not sure if there's going to be a third and a fourth. Still don't have any of that information from WFP yet. Jason Hopper put out a new video and he starts off with listing his 2 main goals for the 2026 season.
The sexiest and biggest goal of 2026 is that in 2026, I want to win the CrossFit Games. The second biggest goal of the year is
win Rogue.
Yes, the 2026 Rogue Invitational. I want to win.
He was also on with Peter of Coffee Pots and Wads the other day.
Who is a genuine, real threat?
3 or 4.
Who are they?
Real threat, I would say.
Do you want to will I name people and you say yes or no? Is that easier than you pulling names out of your head?
Yeah.
All right. Is Dallin a threat?
Dallin is a threat.
Justin?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Ricky?
No.
This weekend, you're just hanging out, need something to watch. Definitely go watch those shows. Mike Halpin,
you're a bitch.
Posted this to his story. Starts off cute, promoting the Open, trying to pretend like he gives a shit when we all know he was basking in the glory of the few people that boycotted it. And then he just randomly goes on to throw a hand grenade at Andrew Hiller. Talks about, I'll be doing the Open. It's $20. You should do it. Yada, yada. Dropping an affiliate sometimes. Support a local community. Unless, of course, you're banned from registering from the Open like Andrew Hiller. Odd, I don't see Andrew Hiller has any certifications or an affiliate in good standing. I will be at my affiliate celebrating our 2-year anniversary and judging with the advanced judges course and my CFL2 training to help athletes with a great Open. I'd tag Hiller, but he blocked me. Sad. I think this is what it means to be retard maxing.
Once you start retard maxing, you just start acting and not thinking.
And Hiller responds with a post and it says, I'm not sure why you just threw the hook, but okay. Respectively tells him to get bent. And for good reason. Andrew Hiller, even though he was banned from the Open, he still signed up for the Open under a few different profiles. I think he said he signed up under 5 different profiles last year. So spending $100 on the Open. He also still is an active member at an affiliate, CrossFit Backland. I mean, come on, like you can't argue that Andrew Hiller is not doing good things for the space of CrossFit. And then you have Halpin, who actively is disparaging CrossFit. And then he blames it on ADHD and medication that he's on. Oh, I can't sign up for the Open this year because I'm on ADHD medication and that would be cheating. Don't remember using that excuse last year, but okay. You know, somebody once told me the 3 causes of failure in life are laziness, overconfidence, which is definitely something Halpin possesses, and bad company. And look at who are his closest friends. Barbell Spin's regular Wednesday show, they talked about all the drama. The thumbnail tells you all the drama they talked about. The IF3 had finally put out a report after investigating that whole shit show debacle in Australia with the Masters Championship. They go through that, talk about that. JY says that his pec injury is doing much better. They talk about the stuff with CBG and Danielle Brandon and Brittany Weiss. They talk about the sale that isn't the sale. And then Mark Mastroff, the guy that was supposedly investing with Wade Diebner, it was just announced that he just bought 24 Hour Fitness, the company that he founded. That right there tells me Deeb's never had his money. The guy was in the middle of acquiring 24 Hour Fitness. He wasn't going to throw out another couple $100 million to buy CrossFit. I think his plate was pretty full. You can go catch up on that show on Barbell Spin's YouTube channel. So earlier this week, I had posted the reel with DB and Brittany. And like I told you in the last show, there was a girl who had commented something about Danielle Brandon being a home wrecker and something that happened in 2022. DBE did not take this lightly. She definitely took to her story. So there's this creator. Her name is Michaela Brown. She has over 10,000 followers on Instagram. She is also a semifinal judge. So DB reaches out to her in her DMs and wants more information. And the girl's not really providing anything, but eventually she does give up the name of the man that she's referencing.
Okay, so fortunately, there has been an update to the story. I just had a conversation with her. She told me who the man was that I supposedly said this to. I went and looked him up. He does follow me. I followed him back. I sent him a message, and she verified multiple times that it was him. Like, I recorded the whole phone conversation. So she verified that. I have proof of that. And then she also said if he doesn't basically verify, or if he lies and he's like, hey, like, this didn't happen, like, no, those things were never said, that he's a liar. That in no way, case, shape, or form, which I made it very clear that she could be the liar in this situation. That maybe she misheard the conversation, or maybe that she made up a story. Like, that could not be the case in her world. Fair. I don't know that level of delusion. And for everyone saying to me, like, just block her, like, stop wasting energy, like, I really do have time for these things. And, like, people need to be called out, because nobody just gets to sit behind a screen and make up a freaking crazy story and get away with it, because I will make sure that you don't get away with it.
But the guy eventually responds to Danielle and he denies it. I don't remember any of this. I don't want to be involved in any of this drama. Didn't happen. So Danielle is vindicated. But she does mention that Michaela Brown used to be in a cult. And there is a series of posts in there about being in a cult when she was a child. And then there was sadly some posts in there about domestic violence and her being beaten by a boyfriend. And then Danielle starts to talk about people who say that they're Christian, but they don't act very Christianly.
But what pisses me off about it is Christians, in this case, blab and blab about these verses and shit, and then do the complete opposite. And if I were to do that, like, put out these things like, oh my God, peace and love all the fucking time, but then I'm not acting in a peace and love in a very peace and loving way, I'm gonna get fucking blasted. And when they get blasted, they just spew some fucking verse back at you, as if to justify why they can say one thing but act another way.
And then this is where it kind of took a weird turn. For the record, I murdered 2 humans. I sinned, and I'm very public about that. So before you think you know what kind of Christian I am, making see how I am in all things, not to just one. I'm not tracking. Also, judging is commanded biblically. I'm not going to read the rest of that. And I'm thinking, okay, I looked down her profile a little bit. I don't see an extended period of time where she wasn't on social media and like went to jail or anything. Because I would think if you murdered two people, you're going to be in jail for a pretty long time. And that's kind of where I checked out of all of that. Danielle kind of laid it to rest on her story. And I know this will shock some of you, but when I think about 2022 DBE, I mean, that was her peak. She was crushing. I think she had the hot pink hair that year.
Where are we right now? What's going on?
In Knoxville, Tennessee for the Mac. I said, what if I just like scoop a fish up as I'm swimming? That I would freak out. Oh my gosh.
You guys did hear pooping.
We heard pooping in the water.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all right.
Whatever you gotta do to get through that swim.
I was like, nah.
And I'm thinking, you're a dude, you're out at a bar, Danielle's flirting with you. There's a good chance you're not turning her down.
I never speak like that. I don't speak like that ever. Nor have I ever been so desperate for a freaking man that I would beg for him to sleep with me. And quite frankly, I've never had to beg a man to sleep with me.
The case is closed. Caitlin and Mesa of Be Friendly Fitness had Coach L on. Towards the end of the show, Mesa asks Elle about media hate. There's that word again, hate.
You're saying that like it's simply like a job. Because I think like when it first happened last year, my natural instinct is like, all right, I'm going into like a war zone, like I'm ready for whatever. And then that wasn't like the energy at all. And I was like, this is weird. I feel weird.
And he flips it back on them and he asks if they're bothered by all of the stuff in the media, to which Kate responds, no.
I had an interaction today on the internet on one of Hiller's posts, and
But is that really true, Kate? Are you completely unbothered by it? Or are you sliding into people's DMs because they like a comment that you don't think they should be liking?
That dense bitch,